Welcome to Different Thought, where we ask, what's beef? Beef is when you need two gats to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in these streets. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Different Thought Podcast, where we examine the culture. I am your host, Mike Hayes.
I'm your boy, Malcolm Mickey Harris.
Let's get into it, man. So first up, man. Mickey, how you doing, man?
I'm great, bro. How are you?
Can't complain,
It's
man.
a beautiful
I'm
Saturday.
Here. It's a beautiful Saturday, man. Ripping
City.
and running and ripping, man. You know, doing I did my fatherly duties this morning, so now I'm here doing this, and you know, it's just dot. One thing after another. You've been busy as well.
Yeah, man. I was showing love earlier at D1 for Big Brothers Big Sisters. They had a flag football event, trying to get more mentors for these littles, and you know, I was quarterback. You know, two tutties. About nobody was counting, but you know, about 2 touchdowns.
But you were.
I had a dot. You know what I'm saying? My boy Justin Booker. I hope you got a shot of that, because boy, I mean, Mickey Mahomes is in the building. You know.
Hey man, you just had an event with your other podcast, Chatted Up.
Yeah.
With, the draft, man. How did that go?
Bro, that was amazing, man. We were at Hotel Clemens. Shout out to them. We're gonna do some for sure partnerships with them.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, bro, it was awesome being able to go through the first round. You know, get people. I mean, it was pretty deep too. We had about 50 folks. We had over 250 on our live stream. So people was really deep, bro.
I gotta get I'm a fan of Smash Burgers, man. I'm a connoisseur.
Bro, that Smash Burger.
Is it Smash Brothers or Smash?
Smash Burger.
Smash Burger. Well, no, what I'm saying was
the Smash Brothers. Yeah, bro. They them Smash Boys. That's what it is.
Smash Boys. Yeah.
They was phenomenal, bro.
I got to figure out where their food truck's gonna be next time, so I can give me a Smash Burger.
It was off the chain, bro.
But let's get into it, man. Take a shot. Who we taking a shot for today?
I'm taking a shot for somebody who is, going to not go down as one of the all-time greats. And it's a shame that it's come to this point. But let me get the coffee out the way. I'm going to take a shot of water because, you know, anytime you drink water, it's because you are trying to hydrate. And this brother is officially, he's out of time. Okay. And I'm taking a shot for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's done.
KD, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be considered an all-time great.
Oh, no.
I think this is done. I think that you have allowed Anthony Edwards to come in your trap.
Trap.
And take over your trap. So here's the Kevin Durant.
This man did a DX on day court.
I couldn't believe what I witnessed.
I was like, hey, Slick though, we watching the Knicks. Like, to me, having lived through the Jordan era, seeing the Kobe era, watching the LeBron era, I'm like, Anthony is that guy.
There is one guy that can rival this man if he puts down a gun, and it's Ja Morant. If he is able to put down the pistol.
I think Ja Morant body build is not, it ain't going to last him.
But the aura is going to be forever. You feel me?
Cool.
But Ant is actually playing basketball games, and he's winning on the biggest stage.
And he talking that stuff. And bagging it up. That man told, what did he say? What did he say to Kevin Durant that hit that three? Oh, we ain't gonna repeat it. But if you go back, you should go back and watch that clip. When he hits the three and it's a game one, and he walking back and Kevin Durant's laughing at him.
He basically said, I'm here.
I ain't going nowhere.
I'm not going anywhere. Like, basically pack this.
Try me if you want to.
Pack this up.
All right. So my shot, man.
Let's hear it.
You know, this year I've been making sure that I recognize and appreciate people and make sure I give them their flowers. You know, I gave yours last time, but my shot is for our producer extraordinary, Mr. Kyle Anthony Richard. You know what I'm saying? He don't know he saved it on my phone as Car, because it's it's a spell card, but you know, with a K.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Kyle, Even Eyes Media, go check them out. All you podcasters out there that don't want your producer all in your videos, dancing and shaking, you know what I'm saying? Come holler at Kyle, man. So we gonna put that shameless plug out there. I got my New York sour out there, man. Kyle, shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to Kyle, man.
As he pretends like he didn't hear us, but
You know, he's being modest, slight word. You know, I don't be doing nothing, but you know.
So man, moving on, our straight like that. I'll kick off the straight like that. So for those who don't know, Cal, Miggy, and I have a our own group chat, and in the group chat, we've had this debate, and it's kind of ties into our discussion today, but we've had this debate about these beefs, and I made a statement a long time ago. I don't think I put it on wax, so I'm gonna stand by my statement and say it. I think after honestly, never mind. I said this. We are slowly watching the demise of Drizzy Drake, as we know it. Like I think his run is just about to be over. Um, I'm curious to see how he's gonna survive this Drake versus the industry. Like he done pissed everybody off for what I don't know, but we'll see. I just predict I give Drake two more albums and it won't be he won't be the Drake we know. The Drake we've come accustomed to and used to. I still think he's gonna have boppers. I still think he's gonna have hit records. I just don't think he'll be dominant like he's been for the past decade and a half almost. So I mean, it's only right, man.
It's straight like that. I'm gonna give you a rebuttal later, but this is straight like that.
I just think it's eventually your time runs its course. All right, man.
Straight like that for me. I think Rick Ross has extended his career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Rick Ross took a shot, and it was a better shot than Kendrick.
Yeah, his shot was.
I think. And we'll get into it, but like
white boy Drake,
white boy, bro, Rick Ross,
your nose did, huh?
BBL Drizzy, bro.
Yeah, BBL. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
When I tell you, bro, I'm really good at that Rick Ross grunt, by the way. Okay. That's a weird talent of mine.
Go ahead, dude. Yep, you got it. You got it.
So, but nah, Rick Ross, salute to you, brother, straight like that.
Because he was disappearing for a second.
No, Rick Ross was fading away.
He was on vanish mode. Like it was
for sure. Like after about 2016, 2017.
He was fading in bushes like Homer Simpson.
And he came out was like, hey, don't forget about Rose.
Rose.
That boy Ricky Rose.
All right, man. So, if you haven't caught on yet, today's topic of the discussion is just beef. And not just the beef going on currently, but just beef in general. Like, and then too, with hip hop being a weird space, it's set up the way that it is. Why is beef sometimes? Let's start off with this question. Why is beef sometimes celebrated in the hip hop culture? Like, what are your thoughts?
Because I think hip hop, when it comes to music, I mean, it was born out of an art, but it's also a competitive space. I think that the 80s and really kind of into the 90s, you had to pick a side. I mean, the pioneers to me of when it comes to major beef, because beef was beneficial, but it also was detrimental. And I say that because beef, artists are friends. You run in the same circle, like bro. Like Biggie,
if you're a creative, you gonna
yeah. Like circle. Biggie and Pac used to be on each other's couches, in parties together. They used to love one another, but beef sold records. Beef sold. People love it.
Controversy sales, man.
Yeah.
Which brings me kind of like for me, my take is. If you could keep it on wax and not get personal, yeah. I love it. It's a sport. It becomes a sport, and it becomes, the test of iron sharpening iron. The right. test of like putting words together to attack the next person.
Right.
But I think sometimes we get we don't understand triggers as black folks, and going at folks' kids, folks' wives, and all sorts of nonsense. It tends to get out of hand. What you about to say?
No. I agree, and I don't think you hear like you don't hear Morgan Wallen coming at somebody's wife in a country song. You don't hear, One Direction or Taylor Swift. I mean, it's just not that, but people know what sells.
Yeah.
And little subliminal jabs sell.
But see, here's the crazy part though. Yeah, you don't hear the Taylor Swifts, but you do see her attack or beef with somebody in our community, and I say ours in the hip hop community, hip hop R&B community, and they get leverage off of that. Like, think about it like this: if Kanye don't ever say, "Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish," do we think Taylor be in the same predicament she in now?
No.
I agree.
No. Not even close.
I agree. And so I always, and then look at Miley. You know, you don't believe me? Look at Miley Cyrus. She left country for a little bit, went into hip hop. Nicki called her out, all this beef, and then she was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do any more hip hop anymore. And I remember thinking to myself, we didn't want you anyways.
You know what I can't stand, and let's just talk about it.
Let's go.
Let's just really be straight like that.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand when people use hip hop to get on. And I'm going to give you the perfect example.
We're going to get along just fine, sir.
You know who I just cannot stand? Post Malone.
Bro, I just had a conversation with somebody the other day about this.
I'm so frustrated by the fact that he used hip hop.
And now he a country singer.
And now he's a country singer.
Rock singer.
Like, bro, get the bro.
And everybody's like, well, he was doing that beforehand. No, he got famous doing
White Iverson.
White Iverson. Mama.
Like, no, I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
I ain't either, bro. I'm not either. I feel the same way. Like, I don't like this narrative of like let's do us cool, and then now that we cool, we gonna switch it up. My issue with it is not so much like, I get it. I get the game. I get, like, you got to get in where you fit in to step up, get yourself out there. But my issue is this: can look at
I know what you're about to say.
K. Michelle.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were about to say.
Look at K. Michelle. She's not accepted in the country realm because she was an R&B before. Look at
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X
was crucified
for making a country record, and then he had to get Billy Ray Cyrus on to make him
co-signed.
And so, but when they do it, it's okay.
Yeah.
I just
like,
that I always had that problem.
Like, we allowed Jack Harlow, Mac Miller, but they're real rappers.
I was about to say Jack Harlow.
Like, Jack can rap.
I've been messing with Jack.
Mac can rap.
When he had them thick
the
glasses.
little thick and the no facial hair. Shout out my boy Jack Confetti.
Yeah, I remember when he was rolling around with him and Tut were doing shows together. Yeah. I remember them days. Yeah. And so, like, Jack, he
put his time in.
Yeah, he put his time in. Now, if Jack come out here and start singing or being a country artist or a rock star, I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a problem.
That happened to MGK.
Yeah, well, MGK kind of got kicked out.
Yeah, well,
he was at the barbecue and they were like, "Hey, bro, hey, yo, who?" That's how I feel.
Who mans is this?
Yeah, who mans is this? That's how I feel about MGK. I felt like MGK, once he started attacking him, everybody was just like, "Hey, you probably need it."
Unpopular opinion: MGK got off on M.
He did.
And people don't want to admit that because we're talking about beef, right? That was a beef that, unfortunately derailed MGK's career. I mean,
he threw a stone at a god,
and M was like, "Bro, I will literally cancel you. Like, I know your record label. Like,
this man made it to where he couldn't get on a satellite radio, bro. I was like, now that is a boss move.
Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, there's levels to this, but yeah, just I know we kind of got off topic, but I'm super frustrated about it.
With this discussion. So in this discussion of beef, I wanted to do this debate. I wanted to get our top 5 hip hop beefs.
Yeah,
and we're gonna do a bracket style.
Okay.
I'm gonna come up with a beef that was memorable to me.
Yeah.
And you're gonna come up. We're gonna have a quick discussion, and we're gonna decide on who wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
And if we need, Cal will pitch in here and there, and then we're gonna do this we're gonna have, you gotta have 5. I'm gonna have 5, and then once we decide on the top 5, that'll be our top 5 beefs of all time.
Let's do it.
Of all time.
Let's do it.
All right.
Can we write these? I didn't bring a laptop. I just need to know that we know what I'm saying?
I got you.
All right, bet.
All right, so I'll start us off. My first beef, and I'm gonna start off with my first beef. Let's see. I mean, Tupac and Biggie gonna be there, but I
I
feel
was
like
gonna
we gotta
say
hold
we'll hold
Tupac
that.
and Biggie
We'll hold
because
that.
that beef I think is essential to hip hop and for good and bad reasons. Uh, I think for starters, my first beef that I can actually like remember is gonna be and I don't know why I can't remember who it was when KRS went at the Boys and Queens.
Oh wow.
I'm old,
No,
so
you're a historian.
yeah,
That, you're
I
not
am.
old. That's
So
I respect it.
that when he what was the name of the song? Because he was like Brooklyn keeps on taking it, such and such is taking it, Queens keeps on faking it. That beef is quintessential and starts Nas's career. People
Yeah.
don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, Nas was talking about how he was a Queen Bridge guy, and when KRS went after Queen Bridge, he was like, oh, I gotta get in the studio and start writing too.
Yeah.
That would be my first beef. What about you, sir?
I'm going to start on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with the person that made the best diss track of all time. Give me Ice Cube versus NWA.
Ooh.
And I think that Cube, in the way that he was like, bro, like, y'all aren't shit without me. Like y'all think y'all here for Easy E? I'm selling the records.
I'm writing them. Ain't nobody here to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody come here to see you, Otis.
Like, bro, like for Ice Cube to drop No Vaseline in the way that we see that it wasn't the group, that it was truly Ice Cube.
Yeah, because they didn't have really that same stigma after that.
Like yellow, like that, like what are y'all without a Dr. Dre beat?
Yeah, and then the fact that he went after everybody. He didn't just keep it to the rappers. He went after the whole conglomerate of NWA.
Yeah, I think that to me was a real emphasis and start of something immaculate with Ice Cube. I think he is a pioneer, bro. I have a lot of respect for Cube.
So who wins these beefs between the two?
Personally, I'm going with mine. What I mean, Kyle's gonna have to be the tiebreaker.
Kyle, who you got? Huh? All right, I'm outvoted. I'm like, but you can't like Roxanne versus. Well, you right. Y'all, you right. I'm looking at it from a historical standpoint. Y'all right. I'll give it to you. Q. Let me ask you this: if y'all saying it's Q versus NWA, is it just because of No Vaseline, or is it because of everything that happened after that?
I think the fallout. I mean, No Vaseline was just the tip.
Because 100 Miles and Running. I mean, although it didn't hit like No Vaseline, I can't remember. It that album when they kind of just basically went at the man.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't No Vaseline though. But to me, the only reason I'm more particular to the KRS run, and I forget that I'm gonna say KRS run versus Queenbridge, is because they actually kind of tied.
Yeah.
They actually kind of went back and forth. A lot of people would say KRS won, but I would say it was kind of a tie because of that, Queensbridge became, Mobb Deep, Nas.
There's so much that has come out of that now
beef.
that you.
And that's my only. But if we're gonna keep it to just, I guess we got to come up with some criteria. Or we gonna base off of who had the biggest record of the beef, or are we gonna base it off of like?
I think impact.
Impact.
If you're going
right.
impact
probably for this generation, I would say you guys are correct.
No, but like honorable mention, like I don't want to disrespect, like bro, like you came with some, like if it was against somebody else, like we would easily have a leg to stand on.
Yeah. All right. So next up, so we got NWA versus Ice Cube.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
All right. So for me, I'm going to go to my home state, and you know where I'm going. I'm going Gucci versus Jeezy.
Dang, that was on my list.
Really?
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
I got a replacement.
I think that shaped.
Shaped
Atlanta hip hop. I think that is, as a kid growing up in Atlanta and outside of Atlanta, and really the state of Georgia, you had two options. I mean, there was in 2004, you had two options. You pick You can throw T.I. in there if you want to, but like everybody loved T.I. He was the king of the South. But like real ones knew like what's up.
So what were you? Whose side were you?
Oh, I 100% was with Jeezy.
Okay.
I mean, Icy was one of my favorite records, but Jeezy out-rapped Gucci on Icy.
Okay. So I'm guessing. Where'd you grow up?
So you know where Tucker is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tucker, Georgia.
Okay.
So DeKalb County.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it was.
So I'm trying to think. Is that Gucci territory or is
that's more Jeezy? I mean Jeezy.
Because the only reason I asked is because I watched. I remember when 21 was on Club Shay.
Yeah.
And he was like, being from where I'm from, because he's East Point, right?
Yeah.
And he was just like, if you're on the East Side, you were Gucci. I hated Jeezy. You know what I'm saying?
No. Like on the East Side, it was really like you don't play that shit here. Like it's Gucci. Like, but if you getting kind of outside of that, Jeezy, I mean, he was locked in. I mean, everywhere you went, and I just think it was great for hip hop, and it wasn't as dangerous as it could have gotten. I think they knew when to pause.
It what?
It was.
Somebody died.
But like, it wasn't. It was. I mean, it was dangerous, no fucking doubt. But like,
somebody died, nigga.
But like.
I think it was dangerous enough.
But it wasn't.
Because I couldn't have been in either one of them camps. I'd be like, hey man, y'all shooting, man. Let's keep it on the wax.
I just think
I'm too light skinned for this beef.
the talent. I'm too light skinned. The talent that was happening, and just the tracks and just the influence. Bro, I got in school suspension for wearing a snowman shirt to school. Because I mean, you couldn't. They had to change dress codes because of Young Jeezy. You know, like that influence is crazy.
So stay in the South. When you said that, as you know, I'm a historian.
You are.
So I'm gonna pick a beef that I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna pick a beef.
Let's hear it.
Pastor Troy and Master P.
Oh.
Since everybody think they know Limit Studio, since everybody think they know Limit Soldiers, you know why not? Telling Master P and them down South Georgia boys said we ready to war. Doom, doom.
I mean,
I think Jeezy wins.
I think so, but I think it's in 5. I think I'll get Pastor Troy the game.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah. I mean, we ready was.
Oh, bro. I mean, if you play football before, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you ready to go? You in that mug, man? I'll knock my mama out, boy.
Hey, you in there like, yeah, I'm ready, dog. I'm ready. I give it to Jeezy Gucci.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was a beef that was my first introduction to what beef there was another beef that we'll talk about.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
That was my first beef that I actually kind of understood what was going on. I guess. So,
absolutely.
But we'll go with Cal. You agree? Jeezy Gucci. I mean, anytime somebody die, I hate to say it like that.
Somebody's family, Mike. Oh God.
My bad, Jeezy, man. Cause you my favorite artist, dog. One of my favorites, but you can't. I hate to do that, but yeah. I hate I said that, but it's the truth. All right. Next up.
Go for it.
You got
Go
me,
for it.
You got me beat, so I got to come up with
somebody. Come with it. I'm thinking in my head right now.
I am too. Like, ooh, Cal, you got a beef?
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
All right. And this to me shaped this state. I'm going with Young Dolph versus Yo Gotti. I think.
See, man, you gotta stop picking these beefs when folks died.
But the thing is, man, like specifically for me, like bro, in the last 10 years, like I've been in college, like I saw the rise of Dolph. Dolph was Anthony Edwards, right?
He was that dude.
Like he was really
the biggest thing to me that set Dolph apart was when he went on Breakfast Club and they were trying to dissect the beef, and Charlamagne was asking him like, "You fronting him some drugs or something?" And Dolph was like, "When I ever said that?" It did like Dolph was the epitome of standing on business for me.
He couldn't go. You know the story about
Yeah.
Dolph, right? He could not go major because he said, "I'm not getting out the streets.
Yeah.
I have enough money
Yeah,
doing this that I don't need a deal."
Because it's crazy. Like the part that got me was like I didn't realize that he was like my age when he started like booming,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay,
Bro,
well,
Dolph
he that dude.
was a drug lord until about 10 years ago.
Yeah, he was that dude. Oh man.
So, but the thing is that is when beef, and we talked about this, how it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
That got out of hand
That got
because
way out
that
of
has
hand.
separated
Everything.
the city of Memphis.
You coming with some hot ones.
Come on, baby.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay in Tennessee too. Yo Gotti versus 3-6.
Oh,
What up, 3-6? No, you don't like me. Well, we ain't gonna repeat all that, but
I mean,
I
I think that's in the same camp. Honestly, I think I would have to take 3-6 over Gotti because they were the original beef, and 3-6 kind of bowed out the race simply because they're like, yeah, we got kids, we don't do drugs anymore. Like, I'm going to get a colonoscopy. You know what I'm saying?
all right, 3 stacks.
So I think that, yeah, if I had to choose one, I'm going with yours simply for the fact that like there would be no Dolph without 3-6.
Cal, you think you? Yeah, all right, 3-6. So 3-6. I got one. I got one on the board. Yes. And we didn't go with somebody a beef that somebody died. Ooh, I should stop saying that. All right, so right now we got 3-6 versus Gotti, Jeezy and Gucci, NWA and Ice Cube. Who we got next?
This is hard for me because it's
I'm gonna ask you this.
yeah.
Think about a beef that got you amped up to want to hear both parties. Not just, oh, I'm rocking with this person. Like, oh man, I want to hear your response, and I want to hear their response. I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Nas, Jay-Z.
I mean, yeah.
Super ugly, Ether. Cal doesn't agree with me. Ether was one of the hardest diss records out there. Cal only believes that the last verse was Nas' hardest verse. I think the whole song. I mean, the fact for me, this is why I be looking at these little beefs now and this new generation. I be like, them ain't beefs. That man came out the gate and said, FJZ. You already know who I'm talking about. You already know who I'm talking about, dog. It ain't up for discussion. So.
Who won to you? Because I mean, let's just agree like that's in our top 5. Like I don't even want to talk about my pick.
Okay.
If I gave an honorable mention, like maybe, and I just want to show the ladies some love, man, you can give me Nicki and Lil' Kim. But that's not even a beef.
I was about to say that wasn't no damn.
Like Nicki was just like, hey, you suck. And Lil' Kim was just like, bitch, you wouldn't be here for me if it wasn't for me. But they didn't really have songs. I mean, there was nothing. But I just know that there's no good rapport.
Yeah.
I'm using my big boy words today.
That could be an honorable mention.
It's honorable mention. But like again, like Jay-Z and Eminem to me is the second greatest beef of all time.
Jay-Z and Eminem?
Excuse me. I was.
And when he came out with that, I was a big Jay fan, and nobody else was really rocking with it at that time. So
can I give you a comparison? And I want you to say true or false.
Okay.
All right. Jay-Z is LeBron.
No.
Nas is Carmelo. They both started out red hot, and the edge was given to Carmelo initially over Bron, which I'm telling you, Carmelo.
It's hard for me to put Jay-Z in a LeBron. To me, Jay is a Michael. And the reason I say Jay is a Michael is because Michael came in the game, disrupted the game, did what he did, changed the game. But then Michael's business acumen was legit. Like Michael came in, had the shoe company, owned a team. You know, he doesn't own it anymore, and then had a bunch of other ventures. You know, he got a tequila. He has a race car company. So to me,
apparel, all that.
Yeah, to me, Jay is more like a Michael. Nas, I would actually agree with that. Nas is like a Carmelo because Nas could have went a different route and joined like the bad boy team because Diddy was trying to get both of them.
Yeah.
And he could have joined the bad boy team, but he decided not to. And like Carmelo could have joined he was the original supposed to be a part of the big three in Miami.
But he stayed.
He was like, I'm gonna get my money first. And Nas was kind of the same way. People don't realize that because, Nas, that's why Nas put out the record, You Can Hate Me Now, is because the people were like, well, you getting too mainstream. Go back to the Nas that, If I Rule the World Nas, and he was just like, nah, this gonna make me money. Like, what you want me to do? At the end of the day, it's about making money. So
that's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful take. I mean, yeah. I think that ultimately,
But to your point, for the purpose of that point, yeah, it's Jay-Z and Carmelo, because I can't think of another tandem basketball wise that did that.
Like Illmatic, to me, is the best outside of like the Slim Shady LP and Good Kid, Mad City, and like a few others. Like, I'm not putting Drake's debut album. It's not even in my like top 50.
Yeah,
I think that is trash, and you'll never hear me say that,
dude.
I'm being related. It's very.
Because Thank Me Later was like, I remember this and Thank Me Later and doing this. What is this, dog?
Like, bro, like, it's that meme. It's like, that shit.
What is this? Because I was like, man, you don't go from So Far Gone to Thank Me Later.
To me, you
should have went from So Far Gone to Take Care.
Yeah, like Thank Me Later to me sounds like you're trying to be Joe Budden for 15 songs, and it's just going terribly wrong.
It just didn't mesh with my soul.
Like, I know way too many people here right now. Like, bro, shut up. Get in the booth, bro.
All right, so I think we can agree on the number one.
Let's talk about it.
I got a couple of honorable mentions. Okay. I think the number one is gonna be Biggie and Tupac.
Of course,
it changed the whole culture.
Of course,
of hip hop. But the other one that I was thinking of, because I'm a fan of this person, is Common versus Ice Cube.
That's
people forget
pick.
About that one.
Can I give you an honorable mention as well? 50 Cent and Ja Rule.
You know what? So let's do this then. Let's do this. We got Jay-Z and Nas versus 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Because I think both of them impacted the culture a lot.
We talk about giving flowers a lot, right? I'm going to give some flowers right now to Ja Rule. Ja Rule was amazing. He's such a clown now. And again, I hate when rappers overstay.
If he just would have stuck to his what got him there,
the Ashanti feature bag, like,
if he would
I got 100 glimpse. I'm from New York. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. That was the only good spot that came out of the beef for Ja Rule for me.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, bro. Because even Nelly said it best. I forget what interview Nelly was on, and Nelly was like, "Nah, Johnny," because everybody was talking about how Nelly need to stop singing on records, and Ja was like, and Nelly was like, "Nah, I'm in my bag," like, and Ja need to stick to what he know, and then it's crazy because as 50 was going after Ja, he took Ja's style.
Yep.
And made it his own. And so I always was sitting here like, I always lost respect for 50. Like, hey man, you doing what you said he ain't supposed to be doing. So like, what we doing here? So who you got? But if you had
in that beef, it's tough. Like, that one is probably as competitive as we've talked about today.
That was
like seriously, you could go either way.
They still don't like each other.
No, bro, 50 Cent. You remember that meme? It's like, I really don't like that guy.
Yeah, like this man literally brought out the first 10 rolls of Ja Rule concert
just so they would be empty.
It just so it would be empty.
Like, bro, I would never want to hate somebody like that.
Dog, That's what I'm like. That's a tough one.
You
Like,
know, and Ja Rule was like, you know, something about Haley. She's a something something. So it was like Kim is a known slut. So what you think Haley finna be when she grows up? That's what Ja Rule said about M. And Eminem was like, you know, we really like you. You know, we actually play your songs or something like you're trying to be Ice Cube. I don't have to shoot you. I can pay somebody to legally pop you. And it, like I'm like, oh my gosh.
So here's the thing, man. Like, to me, you asked me about, you know, the Jay-Z. To me, Ja and 50 is like Drake and Pusha.
I'm so happy you mentioned it because we're gonna get there next. We're gonna get there.
To me, Ja at 50 is like Drake and Pusha, because the Drake and Pusha beef, it grew to Drake and Kanye. Now it's Drake versus the industry, and Ja actually got to that point. It was like Ja versus Aftermath. You know, Ja versus Aftermath and Shady Records. It was, you know, him versus G Unit, him versus 50, him versus M. Like, everybody got involved. It was like, all right, we finna end it. And that's why, being a historian of it, that's why when I'm looking outside in, I'm like, if Drake keep this up, he gonna be like a Ja and disappear. But I agree with you, like, for all the dogs should kind of just be like, all right, y'all had it was fun while it lasted. I'm out, and now I'm gonna sprinkle some features here and there, and maybe give you a 444 or something like that.
Go on a nice little recap tour and get into business ventures. You know, start your own label.
Yeah.
You know, Young Money is what puts you on. Put somebody else on. I just, you know, we talked about the Drake and Pusha beef, and you know that is Drake's LeBron in Miami 2011 versus Dallas moment. Yeah. That is the one. I mean, there's going to be some blemishes on the way, because what you said, and I hate it, but it's true. Drake cannot do this alone because there's so many people that know so much about him. Yeah, he's here, and the only way here is unfortunately here.
Yeah. You can't be on the mountaintop all your life.
Like, I love the diss track and the record, but if you got people that can really rap from all different angles coming to you, and they know your deepest, darkest secrets, it's not going to work out well.
It's not going to work.
So I'm telling Drake, like, if he were to listen, he was like, man, this is a different thought. I want to listen to this. Hey, brother Drake, man, Miggy, man, big fan, huge fan. Stop. You know, like,
press pause.
Like, listen, like, I'm telling you, like, K-Dot is gonna get off, and that's it. You just, you know what? You just call it.
Cause I mean, you know, you look at the Kanye situation. Like, granted, I'm like, bro, why would you go on a podcast and say that? Like, it's not necessary. Like, oh, we got all together and put all this energy around ending Drake, and I was just like, that's stupid. That sounds corny. However, he's right. He's
got personal type of skin in the game due to Kim, unfortunately.
Man, I'm not gonna say anything.
No. This is a different thought. You better say something.
Y'all know what I think about Kim. Like,
I love Kim.
I love, you know, what you do behind closed doors is your business. But I mean,
just look at the dudes that Kim has been with. Like, honestly, like, we got Chris Humphries, Malcolm Harris, Reggie Bush. Like, it's some
Drake.
Y'all really let me put my name in there. That's crazy. Y'all let me put my name in there. I just put my name in there. Y'all didn't even
I didn't catch it.
You didn't catch that, bro? It's crazy. Nah, I was just...
You did it so subtle and so slick, bro.
Yeah, man. But I think that Drake, you know, we talk about beef. His beef with Meek Mill was nice.
Yeah.
I will say, though,
I wish Meek wasn't on drugs, because I think Meek would have ate him up.
I do, too.
I
do, too. Meek wasn't ready for that moment, bruh.
If Meek won them perks and all that other craziness, bro, Meek would have ate him, because Meek is from that.
I hate that Meek signed with MMG. I hate that.
I don't like it either.
Rick Ross really ruined Wale and Meek Mill.
Yeah, I agree. That
That
joint,
sucks.
That joint album, not it.
Garbage.
Not it.
It sounds like the same song 15 times.
Not it. It was just not it. Not it, bro. Like it was terrible. It was god awful.
You know, we
So our top 5. So hold on. Who wins? Jay-Z and Nas or 50 Ja? Kyle. Dang, you thinking that hard?
realistically, I would say 50 Cent and
All right. I'm gonna save mine for last. I'm gonna be the tiebreaker if it's a tie. Miggy, who you got?
Between the beefs,
Yeah. Jay and Nas or 50 and
easy J and Nas for me.
Woo. That's a tough. Oh man, I want to go 50 Ja, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
50 Ja, because 50, the beef still continues. Like the beef is still there. Like there's no reconciliation. There's no, and I'm about that action. So 50 and Ja to me, because we can still get another diss record
Today.
today,
Like
right now.
Right now.
Yeah, like
It's on.
Jay and Nas is how you feel about Cole and the apology. It's how I feel about Jay and Nas.
Why?
Man,
Be honest. Why?
man, I just feel like I grew up on Illmatic. I grew up on Hate Me Now. I grew up on
The World Is Yours.
The World Is Yours. I grew up on them records, man. And like I was telling somebody the other day, I went and saw Nas, and Nas, man, love you, dog. If you ever listen to this podcast, understand I am your biggest fan. However, when I went and saw Nas at a concert, dog, he was too happy. And I was mad. I was like, nah, I want Chip Toot Nas.
Mike.
Godson across the belly. I proved you lost already. Like, I wanted that Nas. But I ain't never seen Nas perform. I wanted that Nas. And then that man got up there and kept talking about how he's turning 50. And I was like, don't nobody care, dog.
Shoot somebody, nigga.
Like, go off. Get in your bag. Let's go. And he was just like, oh, man, I just turned 50. It's great. And I was just like, okay, I guess people have to evolve. But I guess
people have to evolve.
I guess we gotta grow up.
Bro.
I was a little upset, man.
I feel you. Because there's a rapper, you know, we just talked about it, but Eminem, how he evolved. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear.
But at least with Nas, like, for me, at least with Nas, King's Disease 1, 2, and 3 was like, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like relapse and recovery. Like it still had some boppers. But still, man, I just needed, and then Nasir is one of my favorite Nas track albums as well. But I was just like, I wanted, that's the Nas I wanted. I wanted the and I think that's why my viewpoint is skewed. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Jay and what you call it, because that beef was real.
Can we talk about, and kind of say in that same family, is 50 Cent in Game a beef? Is that a beef to you?
50 Cent in Game to me feels like 50 Cent in
That's
Game.
a feud.
Yeah, it feels like did you see this recent interview with the Baby where he was talking about a rapper, some lyrical rapper had called him and was just like, we should beef, but we cool behind closed doors, but we should just beef just to get record sales.
Yeah,
that's what 50 in Games feel like to me. I also feel like 50 ran into somebody that's just like him about that life.
I think he was threatened.
Yeah, I think that's the only beef that in my opinion, that's the only beef that 50 ran into was like, wait a minute, he's shooting too.
You read 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah.
You know how you can't, overshadow the master?
Yeah.
And that's why if you hear it, there's almost like a a code of ethics amongst G Unit, Aftermath, and Shady Records, because Dr. Dre is kind of the catalyst around Aftermath, right? Sure.
Well, if you even look at how the game got involved with,
Yeah.
by the way, this is definitely going to be a two-parter, so you know, just be aware, because this is a good conversation. I don't want it to stop, so y'all be aware. What's up out there, Different Thought family? Just want to go ahead and tell you guys to go out and listen, subscribe, and like our content on YouTube.